The vast emptiness of the asteroid belt concealed humanity's most ambitious secret. Scattered among the rocky fragments, a massive structure took shape, invisible to external sensors, hidden from prying eyes. The supercarrier Prometheus Unbound was more than just a ship, it was humanity's silent promise of survival. Captain June Park stood on the observation deck, his weathered hands clasped behind his back. Years of meticulous planning had led to this moment. The ship's construction represented decades of human resilience, technological innovation, and a desperate need to protect their homeworld. Massive fabrication drones moved silently around the ship's hull, welding advanced composite materials that seemed to absorb rather than reflect light. Each section was a marvel of engineering, quantum-locked alloys that could resist extreme radiation, energy weapons, and dimensional stress. The ship's skin was alive with adaptive nanomaterials that could reconfigure themselves faster than any known alien technology could detect. Hyun Kim, the lead engineer, worked tirelessly at her station. Her fingers danced across holographic interfaces, running simultaneous diagnostics on over 10,000 interconnected systems. The Prometheus was more than a vessel, it was a living network of artificial intelligence and human ingenuity. Structural integrity at 99.7%, she muttered, her eyes reflecting the complex data streams. Stealth systems are performing beyond projected parameters. The ship's construction had been a global effort. Every major nation had contributed resources, technologies, and personnel, knowing that this project represented humanity's ultimate insurance policy. No single government controlled the Prometheus. It was a collective achievement, born from the painful lessons of human history. Deep within the ship's quantum computing core, advanced AI systems processed potential galactic threat scenarios. Millions of simulations ran continuously, predicting potential first contact situations, defensive strategies, and diplomatic protocols. The AI was not just a computer system, it was humanity's collective strategic intelligence. Captain Park understood the stakes. Earth had watched quietly as alien civilizations expanded, observing their conflicts, studying their technologies. Humanity had learned the most important lesson: survival requires preparation, not just technological advancement. The asteroid belt location was no accident. Its complex gravitational interactions and massive mineral resources provided perfect camouflage. Sophisticated holographic projections and quantum-entangled sensor nets made the Prometheus virtually undetectable. To any external scanner, this section of space looked like nothing more than a typical asteroid field. "Final quantum drive calibration complete," announced a calm computerized voice. The drive was a breakthrough that would shock the galactic community. Capable of generating localized spacetime distortions that could move the massive ship faster than light, without generating traditional electromagnetic signatures. Hyun Kim looked up at Captain Park. "We're ready," she said simply. No dramatic speeches were needed. They both understood the weight of their mission. The Prometheus represented humanity's evolution, a species that had transformed from primitive tribal conflicts to a civilization capable of building a starship that could potentially challenge entire alien fleets. It was more than a weapon. It was a statement of human potential. Outside, robotic systems continued their silent work. Massive energy conduits were being integrated, quantum communication arrays were being fine-tuned, and defensive systems were being tested with microscopic precision. Every component was designed to work in perfect harmony, a testament to human engineering and collaborative potential. Captain Park allowed himself a small smile. The galaxy didn't know what was coming. Humanity had been watching, learning, preparing. And now, the Prometheus Unbound was ready to change everything. The ship continued to take shape in the silent, dark expanse of the asteroid belt, a sleeping giant waiting for its moment to awaken and show the universe the true meaning of human determination. The alien reconnaissance fleet drifted silently through the outer edges of the solar system. Commander Woojin Lee watched the preliminary scans with calculated patience. The galactic hegemony's standard first contact protocols were simple: assess, categorize, and prepare for potential resource acquisition. Their advanced sensors swept across Earth's planetary system, creating detailed maps and technological assessments. To their surprise, the planet appeared disappointingly primitive. Crude satellite networks, limited space exploration, and seemingly basic communication technologies suggested a civilization barely emerging from its technological infancy. "Preliminary report incoming," announced the ship's communication specialist. The holographic displays flickered with data streams, showing Earth's technological landscape. Primitive nuclear technologies, fragmented global communications, and minimal space exploration capabilities painted a picture of a young, underdeveloped species. But something felt wrong. The data seemed too clean, too predictable. Deep within the asteroid belt, the Prometheus remained perfectly still. Its quantum camouflage systems absorbed and redirected every scanning frequency, creating a perfect blind spot in the alien fleet's perception. The ship watched, waited, and prepared. The alien vessel's commander, a seasoned strategist named Kara Vex, reviewed the incoming data with a mixture of boredom and professional curiosity. Humans appeared to be another potential client civilization, perhaps good for manual labor, resource extraction, or lower-tier technological trading. Standard approach protocols, Kara instructed her navigation team. Prepare initial communication packages. We'll establish basic diplomatic contact and assess their potential. Little did they know, humanity had been preparing for this moment for decades. The alien fleet moved closer, their massive energy signatures creating ripples in local spacetime. Advanced propulsion systems hummed with power, weapons systems remained at passive scanning mode. They were confident, almost dismissive in their approach. Aboard the Prometheus, Captain June Park and his team monitored every microsecond of the approaching fleet. Advanced quantum sensors mapped every molecular vibration, every energy signature. The ship's AI processed millions of potential engagement scenarios per second. "They're completely unaware," Hyun Kim whispered, her fingers dancing across holographic interfaces. The irony was perfect, the most advanced reconnaissance fleet in the known galaxy was about to walk into a trap they couldn't even imagine. The alien ships continued their approach, their massive technological superiority evident in every system. Energy shields that could withstand multiple planetary bombardments, faster-than-light communication networks, and weapon systems that could destroy entire continents with a single pulse. But they had never encountered human preparation. Slowly, almost playfully, the Prometheus began to activate its initial response systems. Quantum entanglement communication networks created invisible bridges between the ship and potential defensive satellites scattered throughout the solar system. Energy systems that had been dormant for years began to pulse with potential. Commander Kara Vex's first indication that something was wrong came as a tiny fluctuation in their long-range scanning systems. A microscopic anomaly that shouldn't have existed. Something was blocking their perfect technological perception. "Recalibrate scanners," she ordered, a hint of uncertainty entering her typically confident voice. The moment was approaching. Humanity's most significant technological reveal was about to change galactic politics forever. The Prometheus was not just a ship, it was a message. A statement that would echo through alien civilizations for generations. The asteroid belt seemed to shimmer slightly, as if the very fabric of space was preparing for something extraordinary. Millions of kilometers away, Earth continued its daily routine, completely unaware that its silent guardians were about to make first contact in the most unexpected way possible. Humanity's true technological potential was about to be revealed. The moment of revelation arrived with stunning silence. Commander Kara Vex's reconnaissance fleet suddenly encountered a quantum anomaly that defied everything they understood about technological capabilities. Where moments before there had been empty space, a massive starship materialized, the Prometheus unbound. Its hull seemed to absorb light, creating a ghostly presence that challenged the very laws of physics the alien fleet understood. Advanced sensor systems went completely blind, their sophisticated scanning technologies rendered useless by technologies they couldn't comprehend. Admiral Sung Ho Kwan stood perfectly calm on the bridge. His hands remained relaxed, his expression neutral, the embodiment of human strategic preparation. The Prometheus wasn't just a ship, it was humanity's technological manifesto. Quantum weapon systems activated with surgical precision. Instead of massive destructive bursts, the ship demonstrated controlled, intelligent targeting. Energy pulses that could disable entire alien communication networks appeared and disappeared faster than the aliens could process. Adaptive shield configuration engaged, announced the ship's AI system. The alien fleet's most powerful weapons seemed to simply dissipate upon contact with the Prometheus's defensive systems. Each attempted strike was absorbed, analyzed, and neutralized within milliseconds. Kara Vex watched in absolute shock. Her fleet's technological superiority, something they had taken for granted for centuries, was systematically being dismantled without a single explosive reaction. The humans were solving complex combat scenarios with mathematical precision. The Prometheus began broadcasting on multiple frequencies, not aggressive communications, but precise, calculated data streams that simultaneously demonstrated technological capabilities and offered peaceful communication protocols. It was a message that said more than words ever could: humanity was not to be underestimated. Advanced nanite systems began surrounding disabled alien vessels, not to destroy, but to study. Complex robotic systems moved with an almost living intelligence, collecting data, analyzing technological structures, and creating comprehensive understanding faster than any known galactic technology. Ji-Yun Han, the ship's primary systems specialist, monitored everything with clinical detachment. Each alien technological system was being mapped, understood, and potentially integrated into human knowledge systems. The Prometheus wasn't just defending, it was learning. Defensive parameters at maximum efficiency, she reported calmly. Zero structural damage to alien vessels. Complete technological containment achieved. The alien fleet found themselves in an impossible situation. Their most advanced weapons seemed like children's toys against the Prometheus's defensive capabilities. Quantum communication systems were being decoded, energy signatures were being analyzed, and defensive protocols were being developed in real time. What made the technological revelation most shocking was not just the advanced systems, but the calculated restraint. The Prometheus could have destroyed the entire fleet in milliseconds. Instead, it chose to demonstrate capabilities while maintaining a clear message of potential cooperation. Space around the alien fleet began to subtly shift. Quantum entanglement systems created localized dimensional variations that allowed the Prometheus to simultaneously exist in multiple potential states. The ship wasn't just a technological marvel, it was a living proof of humanity's evolutionary potential. Commander Kara Vex realized something fundamental had changed. This wasn't just a first contact scenario. This was a complete redesign of galactic technological understanding. Humanity had not just arrived on the interstellar stage, they had rewritten the entire performance. The Prometheus continued its silent demonstration. No aggressive moves, no dramatic communications. Just a pure, calculated display of technological superiority that spoke volumes without a single spoken word. As the alien fleet remained paralyzed, surrounded by technologies they couldn't comprehend, humanity's message was clear: we are here. We are prepared. And we are nothing like what you expected. The technological revelation was complete. The galaxy would never be the same again. The silence after the technological demonstration was more powerful than any weapon. Tactical Coordinator Minesio Park studied the immobilized alien fleet with calculated precision. The Prometheus had not just displayed technological superiority, it had created a strategic masterpiece. Quantum communication networks began transmitting carefully constructed diplomatic messages. These were not threats or demands, but precise mathematical proposals that challenged the entire framework of galactic interaction. Each transmission was a delicate dance of information, revealing just enough to intrigue without exposing vulnerabilities. Commander Kara Vex found herself in an unprecedented situation. Her entire fleet, considered the most advanced in the galactic hegemony, was completely neutralized without a single shot fired. The human ship had transformed warfare from a physical confrontation to an intellectual challenge. Analyze communication protocols, Admiral Sung-Ho Kwan instructed the ship's AI. Every alien communication channel was simultaneously monitored, decoded, and processed. The Prometheus was learning faster than the aliens could communicate. Sophisticated nanite systems began carefully interfacing with alien technological structures. Instead of invasion, these systems were creating comprehensive technological translations. The humans were turning a potential conflict into a learning opportunity. Daehyun Kim, the diplomatic representative, prepared a series of communication packages. These weren't standard diplomatic messages, but complex mathematical and cultural exchanges that would challenge the aliens' entire understanding of communication. The alien fleet's defensive systems remained locked down. They could move, but any aggressive action would be instantly neutralized. It was a strategic checkmate performed with surgical precision. Quantum sensors mapped every microscopic detail of the alien vessels. Their technology, their communication systems, their defensive protocols, everything was being analyzed in real time. The Prometheus was collecting more information in minutes than most civilizations would in centuries. Complete technological containment achieved, reported Ji Yun Han. Her voice remained calm, almost matter-of-fact. This wasn't a moment of triumph, but a calculated strategic engagement. The aliens began to realize something profound: humans were not just another developing civilization. They were a strategic force that operated on an entirely different level of technological and intellectual engagement. Mineseo Park watched the unfolding scenario like a chess grandmaster. Each movement, each communication was carefully planned. The goal was not destruction, but a complete restructuring of galactic understanding. Holographic displays showed complex mathematical sequences that simultaneously communicated peaceful intentions and demonstrated technological capabilities. The Prometheus was speaking a language of pure potential, something the aliens had never encountered. Commander Kara Vex received the first comprehensive communication package. It was not a threat, not a demand, but a complex invitation. An invitation to understand, to learn, to reconsider everything they knew about technological development and interstellar relationships. The alien fleet found themselves in a unique position. Completely neutralized, yet not destroyed. Surrounded by technologies they couldn't comprehend, yet being offered a path to understanding. Quantum entanglement systems created localized communication bubbles that allowed for unprecedented levels of information exchange. The Prometheus was rewriting the rules of first contact, transforming a potential conflict into an intellectual exchange. Diplomatic protocols are stable, reported the ship's AI. Zero potential for aggressive escalation detected. The strategic engagement was unlike anything in galactic records. Humanity had transformed first contact from a potential war scenario into an opportunity for mutual understanding. The Prometheus stood as a living testament to human potential, not as a weapon of destruction, but as a bridge of knowledge. As the alien fleet remained suspended in space, surrounded by technologies beyond their comprehension, one thing became crystal clear: humanity had arrived on the galactic stage. And they were nothing like anyone had expected. The strategic engagement continued, a silent dance of potential, knowledge, and unprecedented technological capability. News of the encounter spread through galactic communication networks faster than light itself. The Prometheus was no longer just a ship, it had become a legend, a symbol of humanity's unexpected potential. Yuna Chun, the global defense strategist, understood the profound implications. This wasn't just a technological demonstration, it was a complete restructuring of interstellar political dynamics. Alien civilizations that had previously viewed humans as potential resources now scrambled to reassess their understanding. Communication networks buzzed with speculation. How could a supposedly primitive species develop such advanced technologies? The quantum communication interfaces captured by the Prometheus revealed layers of technological complexity that challenged everything known about technological development. Jinwoo Seo, the interstellar relations expert, worked tirelessly to manage the incoming diplomatic requests. Alien civilizations that had once considered humanity insignificant now desperately sought communication channels. The power dynamics of the galaxy had shifted in a single moment. The galactic hegemony's central council found itself in unprecedented chaos. Their most advanced reconnaissance fleet had been completely neutralized without a single destructive action. It was a strategic masterpiece that redefined the concept of technological superiority. Quantum data streams revealed humanity's true potential. The Prometheus wasn't just a weapon or a ship, it was a living demonstration of human adaptive intelligence. Every alien civilization now understood that humans were not just another developing species, but a potential game-changing force. Scientific communities across multiple star systems began analyzing the limited data available. The technological leap demonstrated by the Prometheus suggested that humanity had been developing technologies far beyond what external observations had indicated. Earth remained calm. There were no triumphant broadcasts, no aggressive declarations. The silence was more powerful than any message. Humanity had demonstrated its capabilities through action, not words. Diplomatic channels opened slowly. The aliens approached with a mixture of respect, fear, and cautious curiosity. The Prometheus had transformed first contact from a potential conflict into an intellectual exchange of unprecedented depth. Advanced AI systems aboard the ship continued to process and analyze incoming communications. Each interaction was an opportunity for mutual understanding, a bridge between civilizations that had previously known nothing about each other. The economic implications were staggering. Alien trading networks that had ignored human potential now saw an entirely new market. Humanity wasn't just a potential client, they were a technological force that could reshape entire economic structures. Military strategists across multiple star systems began reviewing their defensive protocols. The Prometheus had demonstrated that technological superiority was not about raw power, but about adaptive intelligence and strategic thinking. Yuna Chun understood the deeper significance. This wasn't just a technological achievement, it was a statement about human potential. The galaxy was witnessing the emergence of a civilization that could think beyond traditional technological limitations. The quantum communication networks continued to buzz. Every alien civilization was trying to understand how humanity had achieved such a technological leap. Theories ranged from secret development programs to potential alien interventions. But the truth was simpler and more profound. Humanity had prepared, studied, and developed with a patience and strategic intelligence that no one had anticipated. The Prometheus was the result of global cooperation, scientific innovation, and a collective vision of potential. Jinwoo Seo prepared the next set of diplomatic communications. They would be precise, calculated, and designed to further challenge the galaxy's understanding of human capabilities. As star systems processed the incredible news, one thing became clear: humanity had arrived. Not with aggression, not with demands, but with a quiet, powerful demonstration of potential that would reshape galactic understanding for generations to come. The Prometheus stood as a silent sentinel, a living proof of human innovation. The galactic paradigm had shifted, and nothing would ever be the same again.